Hello everybody, Average Gamer here, and today we're going to do a patch review. That's right, a patch review. So this is patch notes, patch review for patch 1.4.53, 16th of February 2016. So the patch comes out tomorrow, the 16th, today's the 15th. We're going to take a look to see what's going on. Well, first, the new mech coming out right here, the Rifleman. I'll have two screenshots coming up near the end of the video here. Actually, I'll show them right now. Here's the first one. Bring it over. Look how pretty she looks. Very nice, very nice. And then the second one right here in the mech bay. It looks really nice. It looks really good. I like the way it looks. I like the way that most of the weapons sit pretty good. I believe that's a medium. That's a medium. These two are large, and then these two, obviously being the autocannons, looks pretty schmexy. Looks pretty schmexy. And of course, here it is on River City. Now, with this mech, obviously comes two new maps as well. So here's a quick screenshot of one of the new maps. They're going to be doing 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, and 4v4 maps. They're all unskinned, so this is what they kind of show as. Basically, it's just as a proof of concept. This is more of like a gladiatorial map there. Basically, just show. If they can be done. Obviously, it's perfect because here in the 421st, we're just starting these things. Secondly, because flamers are flamers, they changed the new some of the graphic changes to the flamer. So here is the old flamer here on the left, and here is what the new flamer looks like. Basically, this one looks literally like gasoline was lit on fire, and it just comes at you. It's okay. It's not too bad. This one actually looks like it's actual flamethrower. It actually looks like an actual butane torch. Like it actually looks like it's a high intense flame directed specifically at what it's shooting at. This looks like more like a World War II flamer. This is the flamer I like. Now also with the new flamers, they obviously did a big change with that as well, which we'll get into momentarily. But the big changes first are the new lobby changes for private matches. Pretty much you don't need premium time to do a whole bunch of stuff anymore. Like a lot of games are going for private matches, you don't have to pay for stuff. There are going to be quote-unquote still some premium time options, like picking your game mode is still a premium. Is going to now be free. Picking a map is going to be free. The region you're going to be fighting in is free. But obviously tonnage rules, being able to change the time, the actual tonnage, sorry, time of day and things like that. View mode, lock people into first, second, or third view. Well, lock people in, and obviously full teams. Now, this one I don't understand. Whether it's, when it says full teams, if that means turning full teams off, if you still need at least two players for premium time, meaning that if you hop into a match, if you have 12 players on either side, you're good, it's going to be free. But if you have, say, 4 guys playing 2v2, which wouldn't be too bad because, you have 2v2, 1v1, and 4v4. On the two different maps. Now, there was supposed to be a 3v3 option, but they took that out to 4v4 instead. That's no problem. So those are the big changes there. There's going to be new things here coming out with the Rifleman. You get the bull neck and the sure shot. New titles and badges. Obviously, there's going to be new cockpit items, so a couple new horns, things like that. And of course, we got some mechs that are now available for free and not so much for free. Firstly, available for MC for everyone is the Orion 2C. Here's your money right here, how much it'll cost. And then down here a little bit is the free ones. So now the Jenners are now for free, and then next month it'll be Orions are going to be for free in the Hunchback will be for MC. Hunchback will then go to C-bills, and the Highlander will then be available for MC. Pretty good. They've changed some audio changes a little bit here and there, which are pretty good. Obviously, lots of fixes, as you can see. Lots of them, so we're going to get into those. First things first. Out of all of this, basically summing up, a couple things are going to happen. Number one, clan mechs. Clan mechs are no longer going to have negative quirks. They're all being removed. That's the biggie. Number two, range modules are going to be changed up. Or range quirks for everybody. So they're not going to be like 15, 20, 25 anymore. They're all going to be 10 standard across the board. Just going to be a generic 10. If you have a specific weapon boost that says, plus whatever, then that's okay. But it's just the generic energy range or that's being changed. They're going to be buffing targeting computers quite a bit. Most of the stuff's going up by almost 2%. Now, here and there is a few things not going up quite by 2%, but it is going up by a standard amount. I'd advise you, if you do have targeting computers, pay attention to this. I have a couple targeting computers. You will notice a massive change and a massive, basically, impact as to having them. The main thing here I like is the Mark 7. It now is worth the tonnage. It's one of those things where it has a point. Now they've also increased the amount of damage that a flamer does. It's gone from 0.1 damage to 0.7 every second. So usually when you shoot someone, you're shooting them for at least with flamers 5 or 6 seconds at least. So you can do like 4 or 5 damage to someone real quick and easy. But here's the thing right here. The initial amount of heat applied to a mech was 0. You couldn't overheat a guy. No matter how much you used flamers, they were useless. Now, you can actually overheat a mech. Like, that right there is the amount of firing a medium laser. If you can running into like, if you're running, for example, a 6 flamer Jenner, which is now technically viable, there you go. They also negated the heat effects on your own mech as well. Because basically when you think about it, you're firing your flame out, your heat is going. Yeah, that's going to be something very interesting, seeing how many people are now going to be running flamers. I'm probably going to be running my 5 flamer Jenner tomorrow night, just to see how it goes. As well, the visuals in the game have changed, and they've been adjusted to minimize the blinding effect, as you saw earlier in this picture right here. So that that little blindness that you can't see out of here, it's now kind of changed up like that. It's pretty good. They changed MASC a little bit, so they changed the boost rate, the all that stuff. So it's not too much. They basically buffed it. They realized it was almost useless. To be 100% honest with you, especially the inner sphere one. I noticed I have the Wolverine with it, and I just took it off. I got rid of it. Don't want it. Don't need it. As I mentioned, quirks are going to be removed for all clans. The inner sphere range quirks are going to be set to 10%, if they have them, obviously. All negative quirks are going to be removed. Yeah. What I'll be doing is going into a specific what? Yeah, fuck that. Open. Yeah, activate. No, well, screw you. Screw you, hippie. We'll just go through this. Why do they have a PDF? This is a PDF right here. So we're going to go through every little robot here later on down the road and look at all of these. Lots and lots of quirks to go through. Scroll over to the left a little bit here. So, I mean, Executioner, Warhawk, like, you have to go through on these mechs. Center torsos, left torsos, right torsos, you name it. So we're going to be going through those in the next little bit. But specifically the Blackjack is one thing I want to mention. It's basically been debuffed. It was too strong, right? It was way overpowered. So they nerfed it a little bit. Made some changes to the Blackjack and a couple other guys as well. The Quick Draw, they made some modifications to the quirks. Nothing too crazy. Just things here and there that we're making it unfair. Map fixes and changes. Basically, what you need to know here is they've added breakables to every map now, pretty much. Like street lights in the city maps, city sections of maps, trees, you name it. They're now pretty much broken. I didn't see anything about cars though, so cars would be interesting to see. They're obviously doing some things with hit points. They fixed that. They fixed an issue where 2C mechs weren't able to equip an XL engine, even though there are sufficient enough slots. For some reason, they weren't working. I noticed that on mine. It's all good. Fixed an issue with the Cicada limited edition 3F jump jet sounds. Kit Fox, they made a couple changes to the Stalker. They finally fixed it's now the Stalker models now properly. The weapon slots. Fix an issue with the Sumner arm animations. I'm just trying to think of what else here. Pretty much that's it. Fix some visual issues, jump jet animation issues, and then here's the usual stuff. So they changed, obviously, premium time auctions and all that stuff for private matches. They now changed it so that the skill tree for a mech will now show will now display the 3D model of the selected mech. Your quote-unquote your current battle mech won't change when you return to it after the skill there. Fix an issue with conquest could end at. So, that's no big deal. Lots of changes, little tweaks here and there. So I advise you to, if you're really interested in looking into it, there is an issue with Xbox 360 controllers, which they're fixing. This is what I like. They're going to automatically start using DirectX 11 now, if you got it. And of course, here is some known issues. Long-standing issue with Warhorn sounds not always triggering has finally been resolved, but the fix did not make it time for this patch. The fix will be included in the March 14th patch, so having 2 months to do a patch apparently isn't enough. Improvements on the directional arrow originally set for this patch have been pushed to March 15th, so next month. And known issues: under certain conditions, flamer particles can render incorrectly when running and the MASC anti-lacing method. So basically, a couple little known issues. So overall, I want to say good patch. Obviously, this thing here is the biggie, and what I think is the really good part, the modifications of the flamers. Obviously, the look of the flamer, and now the fact that they do damage, a lot more damage, and they overheat someone. So if you can see someone who you can tell is running a little too hot, you can actually overheat them, and you can actually use the flamers as as a viable weapon now. I'm thinking my 6 flamer Jenner might just make an appearance in the next little bit. Also, these 1v1, 2v2, 4v4 maps. We're really looking forward to that. The only problem is I'm trying to figure out what can you actually do with these maps. Certain things they're making required for you to pay still. So, for example, if there's just 3 guys that want to play, do you have to go 1v1 and then someone gets to do the third person? Because nowhere in here does it say that someone has to have premium time to do the third person, like the commentary, the above. I mean, maybe technically that might be part of it, but yeah, we'll have to see. But other than that, that is the quick review for patch number 1.4.53, 16th of February 2016. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.